Hey Aquarius, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that all is well with you. Let's see what the cards want to reveal for you at this time. Keep in mind that this reading is not going to resonate for all. Do watch and check your other signs for important messages, okay? Thank you, and let's begin. What are the important messages for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Spirit, we ask for insight and guidance, please. What does Aquarius need to know? The overall energy, we have the Seven of Cups. So the theme of this card is about temptation, desires, things that are very appealing to the physical senses. But there's also an illusion here because some things are not what they seem. You may find yourself feeling overwhelmed or being carried away at the moment, Aquarius. But the guidance is to take a step back and be very discerning, be very mindful of what you are possibly getting yourself into, okay? Let's see what that is. Clarify the Seven of Cups here, please. We have the King of Cups. This is water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. So the King of Cups here is a very mature person, somebody that has control over their feelings and their thoughts. So I feel like this is how you should approach the situation, is you guys not being carried away by the moment. All right, it seems like your emotions could also be fluctuating at this time, right? That's the King of Cups. And so the advice here is to not make any final decision to accept this offer or any offer at all if you're experiencing fluctuating feelings. This is to avoid any risky move at this time, is also what the cards are saying, for your protection, okay? So what is the heart of the matter here? What is covering you? Highlights immediate energy related to your concern. We have the Judgment card. Yes, to make a better discernment or judgment of what's going on here. Perhaps there's something that you have not seen just yet. And so this is about due diligence with Seven of Cups. Do some background search or just gather more information. I feel like with Judgment card, this is also the need to face one's fear. So, I don't know, facing one fear could be looking at the situation for really what it is in reality. Because Seven of Cups and King of Cups might be what seems like a fantasy, what is not real. It's some kind of illusion. It's not authentic. It can speak of any situation. It might be a relationship right now with this water sign where there's a lot of feeling of uncertainty. Could also be that this person is very flaky. They're tempting you with Seven of Cups. There's something that feels very appealing to the senses, but when you bring things towards the light here, it's like it's not really what it seems. Might be just some kind of infatuation. Somebody is infatuated with you. You might also be carried away by what this King of Cups is currently presenting to you. It's taking you away from reality is what I keep getting here. So you must ground yourself, okay? What is the challenge here for Aquarius? Keep in mind that the roles can also be vice versa, especially for cross-watchers. So the challenge here is the Eight of Cups. Yes, so you find yourself struggling to move forward from this situation. It still has some kind of control or appeal to you. And so you have to balance your emotions with logic here and see the bigger picture. What are the serious implications of this in your life? Like, because King of Cups and Seven of Cups may also suggest that this is somebody in your life who lives in some kind of a fantasy. And so it could be that if this is not a romantic situation, it could also mean that you have been giving information, insight, and knowledge with Judgment card. You're giving advice to this person, and it's like they're rejecting it, and they may not be the one who's able to walk away from this consciousness, okay? It's like they refuse to because the heart is still very attached to that fantasy. Now, what is the root or cause for this? What is exerting force or influence in this present situation? We have the Ten of Wands. Yes, this talks about the burden that is brought about by that strong attachment. There's a strong attachment here. For a lot of you guys, it's also warning you that if you keep going in this direction, it's just gonna block you from seeing the path ahead of you. It almost feels like it's obstructing you from seeing what needs to be seen. Now, the shadow side of the King of Cups can speak of emotional manipulation. All right? And for some of you, this may not resonate for all, but the Judgment is saying that you have already given this situation a lot of opportunities, 2 cycles. And it's like there's a wake-up call that needs to happen here. All right? It's like a moment of awakening with the Judgment. Let's see what happened here in the recent past for you, Aquarius. We have the 6 of Cups. So could be somebody you have history with, you have children with. For some of you, it's somebody that you already were in a relationship before. It's a very deeply rooted connection because you have history with this person. And I feel like that's also one of the attachment, because some of you feel you have already given so much in that connection, and it's so hard to start all over again, to start something new. And the 7 of Cups can also say here, Aquarius, that if you only take a step back and shift your focus on something else, you begin to see that there are a lot of options coming in, not just about love, but everything else that you have been desiring for you with Judgment card. It almost feels like this has blocked you somehow from reaching your highest potential, from looking towards the horizon and seeing that there are other sources of fulfillment and happiness, okay? So it could be also a flaky relationship. This is an on and off thing. This person keeps coming back around, and it's like each and every time you're confused, is this person going to want to commit? Is this person being real this time? All right. And if you keep giving somebody a chance here, Aquarius, it just feels like the more and more you lose your power or you become powerless over this. Okay. And it's saying that this is, reaching a 10 of Wands. This is also going to affect you in one way, shape, or form. It's like the harder or the more that you give chance in this, the harder you get out of it. That makes sense. Because you keep on investing on it. All right. So it could also be a work situation. So please take this however resonates. So in the immediate future, the best that can be achieved here, we have the 5 of Coins. Yeah, so the 5 of Coins here is, you really taking a moment to reassess your consciousness here, because with 5 of Coins, it could be that there's something you're afraid to see for fear of being isolated, for fear of being, on your own, being vulnerable without this person, without this relationship in your life, what this King of Cups has to offer. Wow. I'm also getting a message here that for some of you, you may have felt controlled. You may have felt like it was so hard to get out of this situation because of all the benefits. 7 of Cups can even mean all that glitters, somebody has been showering you with gifts, have been tempting you to stay. But 5 of Coins is like you guys can make it on your own. You might also already be in this energy, and there's a lot of fantasizing, there's a lot of daydreaming. This is about leaving somebody else out in the cold. So some of you are coming to realize you are better on your own, but it doesn't mean that being on your own means that you're lonely, because you have friends and family with you. Perhaps this is what the King of Cups is telling you, Aquarius, that if you walk away from my life, you're going to be alone. All sorts of emotional manipulation here to make you stop from walking away. But it almost feels like it's hindering you from really what's seeing beyond. You're just going through a period of transition. Okay, and you might still be feeling like a little bit 50-50 here, fluctuating because of fear. All right? But if you keep staying in that situation, though, there will be no growth or fulfillment. So, let's see. I feel like this is about dispelling the illusion that this King of Cups has on you, There's this, I don't know, it just feels like there's some kind of manipulation going on. Yes, see, the High Priestess finally. In the immediate future, right? Listening to your intuition, exercising discernment, being very sensitive to the smallest of details here, because again, it's form of protection. Now, the High Priestess in some definition also talks about you being very, very self-sufficient. It's like you guys are going to unlock a part of you that you haven't seen before. It almost feels like you're going to be very, very independent, strong-willed, You're also going to finally spend more time in solitude, in things and passion and interests that you haven't tapped before. So you and your power at this time, Aquarius, we have the 8 of coins. So the 8 of coins here is about devoting your time, working on something. You feel like the more you work on this, the more somebody does not appreciate the work that you've been putting in. Okay? Now, in some definition, the 10 of Wands suggests that the burden that you're carrying is not for your benefit. It is for somebody else. Like they're starting to become a burden. You may have been helping this person out as well for some of you. You've always been there, always helping them out, might even be financially. King of Cups and 7 of Cups, there's a shadow side that I'm picking up here, that somebody's too lost in their fantasy, into their desire. They're seeking more pleasure. But when it comes to their actual needs, it's like they're not able to build a strong foundation for themselves. And the judgment is all about growing up, maturing, facing life, facing reality. So I feel like for some of you, you have been really working so hard for somebody else's sake, okay? And it also, because you're very attached to this, you don't see it that way in the beginning. But there's going to be an awakening here, especially with Judgment card, like a moment of reckoning, Aquarius. You're going to reclaim your personal power back with High Priestess. This is also saying that you're starting to see there's already a flux in the situation. And so this is saying to observe, sit back, observe, and things are being illuminated to you. A lot of secrets are also coming out of what this illusion is, what this person is really offering in your life, okay? Wow. I'm also getting here that you have invested so much and now you feel like a lot has been taken from you. May not be financially, but you feel like this situation is the cause of your feelings of instability. It can even be health or financial instability. Now, external influences or forces, this may highlight people, energies, or circumstance surrounding your situation. The 10 of Cups. This may not resonate for all because I see here 6 of Cups and 10 of Cups. This may even be family or community or relatives. However, this applies with you. People that you thought were your allies, people that you have been very, very close with. And it's starting to become quite toxic is what I'm seeing here, Aquarius. All right, you care and you love this people, this person, if this is specific. 10 of Cups, there is fulfillment here, but I don't know, 10 of Wands and 8 of Coins, something is done extreme. There's an extreme feeling of being suppressed. There's an extreme feeling of you doing so much for this person and then you're not able to focus on your own life, your own happiness. Hopes and fears, what you may be holding on to in terms of hopes and fears. The 3 of Coins. Yeah, so you're hoping that finally you get the recognition that you deserve for all your hard work. Some of you, this 3 of Coins is also saying respect. Respect from these people. Respecting you enough to give you your own space and grow and seek things that will give you what it is that you truly deserve. All the hard work will be paying off. Now, the 3 of Coins is also be watchful of ulterior motives. People who are wearing false masks, especially with High Priestess here. Okay? It almost feels like even though you walked away from this, Aquarius, if some of you have already walked away, you might be still sensing that these people are in the background of your life. And it's like it's so hard to get rid of the attachment. But I feel like what the High Priestess is saying is what changed in you is not so much about the circumstance right away, okay? Because you're still going through transition. That means, yes, they're still part of your life. However, what changed is you seeing now your real power, your real authority. That you don't have to work for somebody's sake. This needs to be a teamwork with 3 of Coins. All people involved equally putting work in, effort in. Being grounded, building a stronger foundation. Because you see with Judgment and other definition, this can also suggest rebirth, giving a second chance. And so with 8 of Cups, it's like you are thinking twice of walking away and you're considering giving this person a second chance, especially if this pertains to family, you know. But I feel like with High Priestess, you're not going to be quick to give a final decision on the matter, because you're still going to observe and watch how how this person approaches you, how they work. If what they say is, matching their action. What you want is results with Three of Coins. What you want is to see in concrete steps, that they're willing to put the work in. Yes, I feel like that's the theme of this reading. Not to be carried away anymore by somebody's promises, by their facade, or the facade of what you had thought about them back then. Six of Cups here is nostalgia, memories, the inner child. It used to be sweet in the beginning. It was beautiful in the beginning. But Judgment is like, after going through so many cycles, you're seeing things differently now. It might come as a shock for some of you, or this might be a very vulnerable time. But don't be afraid, because all of this awakening is still divinely inspired. It's for you to know, perhaps you've been feeling tired, exhausted, and you don't know why. Why is this happening? Why is there lack of happiness and fulfillment in this connection or in my life? And so all of this spiritual downloads and realizations is coming to you because universe is pointing you out the answers that your intuition already is perceiving, okay? But it's just like your conscious mind is blocking it, doesn't want to accept it, because of the attachment. That attachment itself is the heavy feeling you have. It's like the burden on your shoulder, thinking that this is something you just keep on accepting. Somebody's behavior is something that you can keep on tolerating. But all of that is going to change now. You see, the Three of Coins is like you putting yourself first. And it's not a selfish thing to do, because if you put yourself first, everything else in your life starts to fall in place. So the probable future and the outcome here, Aquarius, we have the Justice. Justice is going to be served. Your external world is start to approach balance and stability. So that's what happens when you guys put yourselves first, okay? After, doing so much for the benefit of somebody or somebody else. So Justice is also here, putting your emotions on the side, this heavy attachment. And that sort of discernment is going to allow you to see the bigger picture, weigh your options. Which one is heavier, right? So I see that you're going to make a decision that's going to be more for you and less for others. Okay, the tables are going to turn here, Aquarius. If this also speaks of a workplace, all right, I see that with High Priestess, you begin to really embrace your talent, your skill set. You're not going to let anybody, like a boss, a colleague, to see you differently, like belittle you. I don't know what that is, because here with Eight of Coins, a woman is crying while she's working. A workplace has you feeling like you are a slave to it, or just, okay, there's no growth. Somebody has been blocking you from growing. The King of Cups can also say that this is a very tempting boss. Like somebody is tempting you to do something you're not comfortable. And so you're going to speak your truth with Justice and High Priestess. All right. You're not going to let anyone dim your light. You're going to keep on shining and do the necessary steps you are guided to take to seek justice. So please take this however resonates. Let's get more cards out here. Why is the Seven of Cups here, please? We have recovery. Somebody could also be recovering from bad habits, over drinking, things that they do to escape reality. All right. I also see this recovery card as you healing from the false illusion of this whole situation, you being very sucked into it, you needing to lay down this burden once and for all, okay, and get back to a place of alignment. Why is the Judgment card here, please? The Acceptance card. So the Acceptance card here is needing to let go and needing to accept that things are what it is, you know. I also feel like this is you refusing to oblige or comply to what this status quo wants from you. No longer just going at it, you know. Is something awakening you? You refuse to accept what you don't really find is going to helpful for you, no longer serving you. Why is the High Priestess here? Please clarify the High Priestess. The Abundance card. So, wow, you are an abundant person. You will overcome All right, this is also you saying that once you reclaim your personal power back, there is abundance coming for you, Aquarius. You don't need to take the tempting offer, all right? Or you are still going to act out of integrity with the Justice card. So if this is a tempting boss, somebody has been tempting you to take this offer, but it's going to cost you eventually, I feel like you're not going to agree to what this is, this proposal, this offer. Why is the 10 of Cups here, please? The facade. So like you said, even the closest ones have this kind of facade that they're there for you, that they want to support you. But not all, okay? Not all. This is for those of you who have experienced really toxic relationships with family members. And it's something that you have not seen before because of the attachment, how they may have taken advantage of what you have, but you're dispelling that facade now. You see through the false mask. I feel like you're going to address this. You are going to voice out. Okay, you're going to tell these people, I'm not to be taken advantage of. Let's go back to how it was when it was pure, when it was real. So I see you doing that, reinforcing some kind of discipline and renewed consciousness. That is what's going to change in you, Aquarius. People around you may not change right away with facade, but it all starts with you voicing out. It all starts with you refusing to oblige and comply, okay? Not giving in to the temptation. So what is your final advice to Aquarius? Justice and renewal. There could also be a Libra coming in, new person. Probably you meet at the workplace. But most of you are going to focus on yourself here. High Priestess in abundance. What is your advice? We have the abundance card. It says, I'm a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. So abundance in all areas of your life. Okay, I feel like it's about unleashing your highest potential. Always remember that you are God and God is all about creation. God says yes and the ego says no. In order to have abundance in all areas of your life, you must create the space of receiving and know that you are deserving of anything your heart desires. The more you can release limited thinking and worry, the more open you are to receiving the infinite flow of the universe. Allow yourself to have fun when manifesting what you want in life and enjoy the process. By embracing a positive mindset, you are opening the door to unexpected abundance. It's natural to have abundance in your life, and you must realize that any thoughts of limitedness may have come from either a past life or a life condition you have chosen to overcome. They could also originate from programming that you have received from environment you grew up in and the value systems that you were taught when you were young. Now's the time to begin to live with the realization that you are worthy of having abundance in every aspect of your life. When you are in the vibration of receiving, you can manifest whatever you desire in this physical reality. I also feel like this is you putting your authentic self out there. Remember what they say, Aquarius is all about personal responsibility as well. That's the Justice, looking into our past action and making a change. Because situation, we can keep attracting the same offers, same relationships, or same energies if we don't make the change within first and foremost. That means having a renewed consciousness of what we accept and what we don't accept in our life, okay? That's acceptance. I also heard this quote that says, we accept the love that we think we deserve. So it all starts by knowing your self-worth, okay? So this is your reading. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Please let me know in the comment section if this resonates. I would truly appreciate that. I'm sending you love and light, and namaste.